Jerry Jones isn't firing Mike McCarthy yet, but he's thinking about it. Well, Cowboys fans, if you were hoping for some clarity on Mike McCarthy's job status, it looks like you're going to have to wait a little longer, at least until after the Week 11 bye. After another brutal 34-6 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones was asked if he's ready to pull the trigger and fire McCarthy mid-season. His response? Not quite yet. I don't believe we'll make a coaching change during the season, Jones said, in what can only be described as a classic Jerry Jones non-commitment. And honestly, it makes sense. With the Cowboys sitting at 3-6, Jones has seen his fair share of frustration, especially after a game where Dallas turned the ball over 5 times. Throw in Dak Prescott's hamstring injury and a roster that's seen more injuries than an NFL training camp, and you can see why Jones might be holding off. But here's the thing. Jones isn't blind to the problems. He's well aware that the Cowboys are trailing by 20-plus points in 5 straight home games, which is, let's face it, historically bad. It's not just the injuries. Jones admitted, there's a lot more going on here. We've got to look at everything. Still, Jones isn't jumping to conclusions. He's scarred from previous in-season coaching changes. He mentioned his regrets over firing Wade Phillips mid-season back in 2010. And it seems like he's not eager to make the same mistake again. I've had a lot more rope than that in my time, Jones said, clearly implying that McCarthy's not on the hot seat yet. But while he's sticking with McCarthy for now, Jones isn't blind to the issues. The Cowboys have been outscored by 60 points in the third quarter this season, the worst differential in the entire NFL. I don't know what we're drinking in the third quarter, but it's not working, Jones quipped. If Jerry's saying it, you know it's bad. The Cowboys are also on track to be the second team in the last 40 years to have 0 touchdowns and 5 or more turnovers in consecutive home games. So, yeah, things aren't looking great, but even though Jones is frustrated, he's not putting all the blame on McCarthy. Everybody has a hand in this, Jones said. The players, the coaches, even the people who hire the coaches. We're all in this together. Meanwhile, Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons is looking out for the team's aging veterans, like 9-time Pro Bowl guard Zack Martin, who might not have much time left in the league. It's tough for guys like Zack, who've put in so much work, Parsons said, lamenting that the team's struggling in a year when some of the franchise's best players are nearing the end of their careers. It's a valid point, but it's also way above his pay grade to decide if McCarthy will be back in 2025. So what's next for McCarthy and the Cowboys? Jerry Jones says it's all about how the team plays. Do we have an edge? Are we competitive? Are we competitive when we're down? He asked, while making it clear that at the end of the day, it's all about winning football games. And if the Cowboys keep performing like they have been, well, let's just say the next time Jones talks about his coaching staff, it could be in a much less forgiving tone.